Ravi sir, please check your audio. Ravi sir, please check your audio. Ravi, Sir, please unmute yourself. Sir, I'm audible for you. Hello.
Yes, sir, audible.
Yeah. I think Radhika madam is ready with you, right?
Am I audible to everyone?
Yeah, madam, your voice is audible for.
Yeah, shall I start?
Yeah, 1 minute, madam. I'll ask the business person whether he's
Okay.
Radhika madam, sir is available, madam.
Yeah, I'll start, sir.
Yeah, yes, sir.
So welcome to you all for today's webinar on pharmacy practice and pathway to become a registered pharmacist in Australia. And we have now here Dr. Akram Ahmed from Australia to guide us in this way. I would like to give a brief introduction about Dr. Akram Ahmed. And he got his PhD in the Faculty of Medicine and Health from the University of Sydney, Australia. Currently, he is working as researcher at the Children's Hospital at Westmead, Sydney. Previously, he was the pharmacy academic and has taught pharmacy practice and clinical pharmacy at UCSI University, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. His research program covers areas related to medication, use optimization, patient preference and adherence, drug safety, pharmaceutical education, pharmaceutical policy, encompassing about access and affordability of medicines, quality use of medicines in community and health economics. He has active research collaborations and linkages in over 10 countries, including in world's leading universities such as the University of Sydney, Boston University, University of Huddersfield, University of Virginia, Marshall University, and etc. He has published over 110 papers, book chapters, conference papers, including in high impact journals such as the Lancet Infectious Diseases, the Lancet Global Health, BMC Public Health, Journal of Religion and Health, Pharmacy Practice, Disaster Medicine and Public Health Preparedness, and Indian Journal of Pharmacology, etc. And Akram is the recipient of the prestigious Best Promising Researcher Award from the UCSI University in 2016. And Dr. Akram is also a recipient of International Postgraduate Research Scholarship and received Associated as Australian Postgraduate Award in 2017 and University of Sydney International Scholarship in 2017 from Government of Australia and the University of Sydney to support students of exceptional research potential with their studies. Sir, we are very thankful to have you as a resource person today, sir. We welcome you. Now with this brief introduction, I request Dr. Akram Ahmed, sir, to please start the session. Thank you, sir.
Sir Ahmad sir, you are in mute, sir. So kindly unmute yourself.
Oh, okay. Hi, can you hear me now?
Yeah, sir, you're audible, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for your brief introduction. So my name is Dr. Akram Ahmed. I'm a pharmacist and lecturer. Right now, I'm working as a scientist in one of the hospital here, and basically I'm an Indian, and I completed my B Pharm and diploma B Pharm PharmD from India. Then I worked 4 years in Malaysia as a lecturer. Right now I'm in Australia. So many of you, might be think that once you complete your degree, to migrate to Australia or either the Canada. And many of you confused where you have to migrate, either Australia or Canada. So basically, I will discuss all these topics. So I will try to, give you the brief explanation of which country most suitable for you. And please, if you have any questions, please do ask. If you cannot ask, you just write, in your comment box, so I can read and I can give you the answer. So, so it is not just for me to present this, it is more about, you ask the question as much you can. So it will be like whatever time it takes, I will give you all of your answers. So I can, so you can make your decision where you have to go, either Australia or Canada. So basically, I think most of you are already know about me or not. So basically, now I'm going to basically like little bit I changed the title. So pathway to become a pharmacist in Australia, and I will also compare with Australia and Canada. So which country can be easily you can migrate in 2023, basically, this year, 2022 and 2023. So it's like comparative in both countries in terms of the examination, the fee you have to expend, and there are some factors really you need to know before you think that you have to migrate to Australia or Canada. Right now, basically, I'm founder and CEO of Academical Private Limited, and we are provide here all the education for the pharmacists. Either you migrate to Australia or Canada. So both of the exam, PEBC and CAPS exam preparation, we provide in this online here. So you can be from India. I mean, definitely you can join online. I'm also editor-in-chief. This is about pharmacy practice and community medicine general. So this is our website, academical.ai. First, I'm going to discuss about how to become a pharmacist in Australia. Many of you already know a little bit, but I'm going to a little bit, give you the more explanation about. To work as a pharmacist in Australia, you need to apply and register to be a Pharmacy Board of Australia, also called APRA. APRA is the body in Australia. You have to, whether you are a medical doctor, whether you are a pharmacist or you are a nurse, any healthcare professional, they must register as a single body in Australia. In this single body, there will be a several board is there. So you have to be see the Pharmacy Board of Australia. So someone is a nurse has to see it. That the Nursing Board of Australia, so similar like this. So mostly what is the qualification they approve for Australia right now. So minimum 4-year degree in pharmacy, if you complete it, you are eligible to write an exam and you can migrate to Australia as a pharmacist. So writing an exam and passing an exam is a different thing, and migrating to getting a visa is a separate thing. So these are the two different things. You can pass exam. This is not guarantee you can migrate to Australia once you complete the exam. So because here the system they follow the point-based system. If you have higher point, there's a high chance to migrate to Australia. I will discuss later on. So if you have a 4-year degree, you did your B Pharm or Pharm D. So both of the qualification are approved by Australia. So you can migrate to Australia, and there is no need to have any experience. So you whether you are just a graduate and you just the requirement only the 4-year bachelor degree, plus you must register in your state pharmacy council. So once you complete your B Pharm or Pharm D and you register as a pharmacist, and immediately you can apply for skill assessment in Australia, then you can sit in an exam as much you can, earliest. The first step, basically there is only step to migrate to Australia. So first step, that is skill assessment. You have to skill assessment, nothing will just they will check your degree is original and you graduate from that particular state, and then they will see which university you graduate. They will check all those things. So 4-year bachelor degree is equivalent. You will get 100% positive skill assessment, and you can do yourself. There is no need to for involve any agent or something. But if you want, we also help to do skill assessment if you need help from this. But most of the time there is no need. A student just go to make their own account, and they will ask you, for example, your name, your second name, your email ID, or where you live, where you studied, your experience, all those things. You just fill out and you just upload the documents, and you just pay the fee. And within 2 to 3 months, they will issue a letter that yes, you have a positive assessment. Now you can sit in a CAPS exam. So this is how it works. It will like 2 to 3 months. It will take. Basically, in Australia, there is a 2 pathway, A and B, but we are going to discuss only for you as you are in India. So for Indians, the pathway that you just go for skill assessment, and then you have to go for exam. But someone is from UK or US or Canada or Ireland, for them is a little bit different aspect. So I'm not going to discuss about that, but we are going to just focusing as in the Indian. You are the Indian citizen. The skill assessment, you have to pay about 1,230 UD right now, and it will take like 8 to 12 weeks. And after that, you have to book a exam. So exam only you have to book. You can give only twice yearly, mostly in April and October. So this is the two exams. Yes, another one important. The CAPS exam you have to write for same for Australia, same for New Zealand, to become a pharmacist in New Zealand. But the only difference, New Zealand required at least 1 year experience. If you have working experience in any of the hospital or any of the community pharmacy, then you are eligible to apply for New Zealand. But in Australia, there is no need to have any experience. So this is a little bit different in New Zealand, in Australia. So next you have to write the CAPS exam. And so CAPS exam, basically, I can say it is very, very easy exam as compared to the PBC Canada or as compared to the US, NAPLEX and NFPG. So here is just a 50% passing mark. So there is 100 MCQs. If you just take the 50, you just pass this exam. So most of that, they pass in the first attempt. So they will be basically, they will see in the 4 domains: first pharmaceutics and pharmacotherapy, then pharmaceutical chemistry and pharmacology and physiology. So most of the questions basically covered the 3 section, domain 1, 2, and 4. Pharmaceutics, pharmacotherapy, pharmacology, and physiology. So these basically are main targets. So if you are basically a PharmD student, so you have basically advantage, about the clinical pharmacy and pharmacotherapy, all those things. So very easily you can pass in first attempt. But if you are B Pharm, then might be a little bit, there will be some scenarios based questions they will ask, and a lot of questions they will ask from a calculations part, So basically there is a 2 exam, and there will be in same day you have to give this exam. This is an online exam. In India you can give. There are several centers in India. I think 3 to 4 centers in India. So you can go and you can give this exam. So it's just online exam. It is easy to crack. But in case of the Canada, you have to go there, then only you can write. Either you have to go for UK, or either you have to go for Canada to write the exam. And the same for US as well. Then once you give the exam, you will receive a outcome within 2 months. And then after, once you pass this exam, now you can apply for visa. So there are several visas in Australia. Basically, permanent residency is there. It's called 491 or 190, 189, or there's another visa called training visa called 407. So there are so many visas available once you complete this process. So visa in Australia only based on your points. Since you are a student, and I'm assuming all of your age is about 24 to 28, 27, 20, 26, like that, So Australia give highest point if you are age up to 33. So there is a 99% chance if you can score 8 band in English, IELTS or PT, you will get the visa. You definitely will come, because if you score at 20 point in English, 8 in IELTS, then your point will be like 75, and then you will get a state sponsorship and you have a chance. But suppose if you have 7 band in IELTS, then still you have like 80 to 85% chance to migrate. But if you have lower than that, then very low chance, I can say, to migrate. But still last year, this year, sorry, in Canberra, they gave invitation on just on 60 points. So sometimes some states there is low applications, and so they give in the low point as well. So now the question, which country is better to migrate to Australia or Canada, especially for a pharmacist perspective. So most importantly, we are Indians. So Indians, if we see the weather, which country will be the more suitable for you? So Australia will be a very, very good. So always temperature right now here, most of the times it's like 22, 30. But right now it's like 9 or 10. But in the case of Canada, is some of the part really always like cold 6 months, the ice, a lot of, the problems, and job scenario, also I can say Australia have a more opportunities as compared to Canada for pharmacists. So we are going to compare here Australia and Canada in the fourth perspective, especially the exam, then exam fee, how much you have to pay, then the residency, I mean the PR visa, and the salary. That's already I discussed the two exams in the same day you have to give, and exam is very easy to pass, and just 50% passing marks need for the caps, and most of the students, especially Indians, and they just can pass this exam at once. But we are comparing with PBC, you know, PBC have 3-4 exams, and Australia also have 4 exams basically, you know. So 3 exams, sorry. First skill assessment, then you have to go the CAPS exam. But after CAPS exam, you have to apply for visa. And once you are in Australia, then you will be a provisional pharmacy. Provisional means that you have to go for 1 year internship. And internship means that there will be a one preceptor. Under the preceptor, you have to work. And then after 6 months, there is a 2 exam. One is called OSCE exam. Another one is a law exam. So the law exam is very, very easy. They will give you the book. Basically, you can see a book, or you can search on internet, and you can just write the answers, you know. So it's very, very easy. But OSCE exam also, I don't think so, you know, it's not really tough. You can pass this exam. But most of the B.Pharm students, they are not passed at once. They mostly the second time. But the PharmD student, they pass at once because they have a more clinical knowledge as compared to B.Pharm. So, and this is the advantage for PharmD over the B.Pharm. Again, here again same exam, MCQ based, part 1 for Canada, and then OSCE exams you have to write, and then, you know, then you the migration. Australia and Canada, Australia have a easy migration, but become a pharmacist is really very tough to pass the exam. Can you please mute? So for the CATS exam, you have to go for skill assessment, then you have to pay about 1,230, and I already told you an exam fee is about 2,190. So it's about 3,300 around you have to pay for Australia. But in Canada also, a little bit around the same fee, not much difference. So for migration, basically, Australia is easy to migrate as compared to, for migration purpose, Canada is easily they give the visa. But right now in Australia, the government is changed last week, 1 week before. So this government, right, this new government, they are more focused on migrants. So this will going to be a very easy visa for healthcare professionals. They already announced there's a 20,000 nurses they are going to hire from the other country. I think there is some pharmacists as well, you know. So a lot of doctors, pharmacists, nurses, they are going to hire this next year, 2023. So, and they are making really new visa, maybe there will be for healthcare professionals. So for me, I can say in the 2023, easy to migrate to Australia, you know, as compared to Canada. I mean, as they become a pharmacist. So salary, I can say, is almost same, but the working conditions are very, very good in Australia as compared to Canada. So guys, if you have any questions.
No, sir, carry on, sir.
So okay. This is, I think, finished. Thank you. So now you guys can ask me any questions if you have, or just write your questions so I can give you the answer. Having experience to the PharmD holder is must or not to migrate in any country.
Sir, we got a question. Having experience to the PharmD holder is must or not to migrate to any other country?
Basically, you know, this is each country have their own regulations. For example, Australia, no need any experience, 0 experience, you can migrate to Australia. But for New Zealand, required 1 year experience, so each country have their own regulations. So for example, Canada also no need to required any experience. But some like Middle East, small countries, even, like Dubai, they ask 2 year experience. For PharmD, personally, I feel you can either migrate to the Australia or Canada. Both countries very, very good for you. Australia really very good, because PharmD think that they are a clinical pharmacist. If you want to work as a clinical pharmacist in Australia, so first you become a pharmacist. Either you are a community pharmacist or a hospital pharmacist, and later you have to pass here's the one separate exam, and then we call it a consultant pharmacist. And consultant pharmacist has to review some of the medications, especially who have the chronic condition such as like asthma or diabetes, and the very high charges for a pharmacist. It's about $165 per patient, and in one day a pharmacist can see 10 patients. So you can see, imagine that $1,650 per day you can earn as a clinical pharmacist in Australia. So Australia will be good, and there is no need to any experience. But if you have experience, if you have 3 year experience, then they will give you 5 points. Or if you have below 3 years, then there will be a 0 point. So if you have 3 to 5 years, then they will give you a 10 point. So this is like, in Australia, basically migration and visa based on your points. The points basically your age, your education, your experience, your English requirements. So all these points accumulate. If you have 70 points, then definitely you can migrate to Australia. But if you have low, then there will be a low chance to migrate to Australia.
Sir, is there any way to work as assistant pharmacist without writing any CAPS exam in Australia?
Yes. In Australia, all the students, they can work as an assistant pharmacist or a pharmacy technician. For both of these, no need to write any exam. But the problem, if you are in India and you are looking a job as an assistant pharmacist, they will not give you a visa sponsorship. So you have to come to Australia. For example, if you are coming here to study here as a student, and then a student can work as a part-time as a pharmacy assistant or pharmacy technician. So mostly they are not issuing any. Right now they are issuing some visa for pharmacy technician, but they also require high points. If you have, then you can migrate as a pharmacy technician. But a lot of jobs is here, but they will not give you for this job the visa. That's the issue.
So which will be better, whether writing CAPS in India and coming for Australia, or is it better to come on student visa and work as an assistant pharmacist and then to be converted into a pharmacist?
That's why I told you, to coming Australia, you have to pay at least 30 to 50 lakh rupees, Indian rupees. I'm talking whether you are coming Master of Public Health, Master of Social Work. Yes. I'm saying that if you are migrating to Australia as a student to study here, then you have to pay the fees. If I am saying, if you have calculated your point, if you have 70 points, then no need to go for any study. You can migrate to Australia without coming to on study visa. But if you have low point, if you have like 60 or 65 points, then you can come to study here. Then you can write your exam.
Sorry. Yes, please, sir.
I mean, better to write exam in your country. I mean, when you are here, most of the students, they work part-time. So they do not have time, to study in all those things. But passing a CAPS is really very easy. Within 2 months, any student can pass this exam. And basically, we are providing here the coaching for the CAPS. And we have basically the 4 lecturers, the 3 of them from India, from Andhra Pradesh, basically. I think they are from, there's a one district near the Hyderabad. So this exam, they are really very easy to pass. So if you can pass in India and you are coming here, definitely there's a good chance. Then for you, just looking at internship only,
So we got one more question.
Yeah, mostly,
Yeah, one more question. After completion of Form D, how much time will it take to complete all the exams in Australia or Canada, sir, to become a licensed pharmacist?
Canada will take at least 1 to 2 years, or Australia very fast. It can be 6 months to 1 year.
6 months to 1 year.
Yeah, and there's one question.
Yes. Please, sir. Please continue.
Yeah, which course is best or chief after Big Pharma? Okay, so as I told you, there's two things for you. You have to in your mind. When you are coming to study in Australia, so important factor that which course can give you a PR. But if you can clear the exam, then doesn't matter in which course you are coming, because you are getting a job based on you clear the CAPS exam, then you have to go for internship. After that, you will work as a pharmacist. So whether you are coming for MPH or you are coming any course, But if you want, you do not want to write any exam as you have a fear, I cannot pass this exam, In that case, then you can go for Master of Pharmacy. That will be a very good course, and in that you no need to write any exam. So you without writing exam, you can be a pharmacist in Australia. But again, then if you are fearing to write CAPS exam, very easy. So no need to worry about that, If you are coming to study here, you have to spend like about 30 to 50 lakh Indian rupees, So no need to spend this money, You just pass the exam and then you can come to Australia. But someone have like age like 35, 34, above 33. In that case, the point will be reduced based on your age. Then you have to think. Otherwise, if you are very younger, if you are like around 30, then no need to come here to study. You just can pass the CAPS and you can come here. You just start working in India, any community pharmacy or any hospital pharmacy, whatever money they are given, 10,000, 15,000 doesn't matter for you. You just want to get some experience in India and simultaneously write the CAPS exam, and you just apply. Basically, we provide A to Z the process, even the visa and for exam preparation, skill assessment, all those processes we are started right now. So no need to worry, But if you have low point, then you can come to study here. Otherwise, I'm not advising to come study unnecessary a waste of money.
So we have one more question.
Yeah,
I have completed my pharmacy and looking forward to enroll for PhD. What is the procedure to join for that?
Actually, PhD enrolling is a different thing, and getting a scholarship is like two different things. One is admission, second is the scholarship. If you want both, you want get admission and you want to get a scholarship, So getting admission is really very easy. Any master degree, even in Australia, bachelor degree also eligible. After B Pharm, after Pharm D, you can directly enroll in PhD or MPhil. So no need, they are not asking a master degree. But scholarship, for scholarship, you want to get a scholarship, then really you have some experience as working as a lecturer or as a researcher, research assistant. You have some publications, and something like this, and you have very high score in your bachelor degree or master degree, then there will be a good chance to get a scholarship. But if you don't have that, you don't have any experience, you don't have any publication, you are looking at a scholarship, still you can get, but you have to go for a low ranked university. Don't go for high ranked university. For example, University of Sydney is like #1 university in Australia. So you can go like small universities here in Australia. Just go them, and the process is very simple. You just go to their website and see their lecturer list. For example, you are from pharmacology, so you just go for pharmacology department and see what the professor are working. Same interest, where you did your master, your M.Pharm project. So same interest has to have the professor. So you just write the email to him. if he is interested, when you are writing an email, you also attach, your CV, or also you can give like one or two reference, So very nice way you have to write an email. And personally, if we feel you are fit for, and he's looking a student, definitely he will reply. But most of the times, if you are applying for 100 email, 100 professors, you will get at least 30 to 40 professors, they will reply to you. And 5 to 10% will be willing to take you as a student, So this is how. But if you have like 4 or 5 years, you're working as a lecturer, or you have some publication, then it is very, very easy to get a scholarship in Australia. So the process is very simple. You just need to find a professor, you need to write an email to him. And if he's interested, he will let you know, Then you have to apply for admission. Simultaneously, they will ask you that you need a scholarship or you have your own scholarship. Then you have to take I want a scholarship. Scholarship round mostly yearly twice, but admissions yearly 4 times, because it's a PhD. In every 3 months there will be application for PhD. So application anytime you can go do for PhD. There is no specific time in Australia, but for getting a scholarship there will be only 2 rounds yearly. So you have to wait either for July intake or either for February intake.
So one more question. Thank you so much, Doctor. How about the best way for a graduated pharmacist in Africa to get a pharmacist job in Australia? So I think he's a graduated pharmacist from Africa, sir, and he wants to get a job in Australia.
As I told you, in Australia there is no discrimination. You are from any country, They are saying just you must have 4-year pharmacy degree. You are from any country, So this is the system for everyone is the same. Even if you are from US, UK, also you have to go the same system. But the registration for them is easy, but getting a visa will be the same system for them, So for you also the same as I told you, you have to go for a skill assessment and you have to pass the exam, then you can apply for visa for Australia.
Sorry, is IELTS necessary to join for PhD?
Yes, when joining a PhD, most of the university, they ask the English requirement, but some university, they can give you a way. If you can show that you have to take basically a letter from your college. For example, you are from Balaji College of Pharmacy, you did your M.Pharm. So you have to take letter from principal, and principal can written that our, of course, medium instruction was in English, this and that. Then they might be where some universities, not all, but most of the university require at least 6.5 IELTS. So for PhD application. And pharmacist student eligible to work as pharmacy technician in Australia or Canada part-time. Yes, as I told you, in Australia, you can work as a part-time. All the students, they are studying here in Australia, whether they are doing, I think recently I did 2 interviews. So one girl is from Nepal. She also working as a pharmacy assistant. Another girl working as a pharmacy technician. She's from Bangladesh. So both they are studying in Australia. So while you are studying, but the problem is when you are studying, you have a certain hours limitation. You only can work 20 hours weekly. And the pay is about $23 to $25 per hour in Australia as a pharmacy assistant, pharmacy technician. But the student, they work like Uber, that food delivery, this and that. So they are getting higher pay, like $35 up to, So most of the students, they are doing that job. But I mostly said that don't go that job. You have to work in your own profession. This is your dream, basically, to become a pharmacist in Australia or Canada. Money you can earn, later on. So this is not that much simple. So when you are studying, you can get job as a pharmacy technician or pharmacy assistant. There is no need to write an exam. In Canada, there is some state they require technician exam, but most of the state there also you can work.
So which province universities are better to choose PhD in Australia, sir?
A PhD is not easy. there might be 100 students applying, it might be 2 or 3 are getting PhD, So you don't have that much choice, which university is better, So you apply 4 or 5 universities, wherever you got, you just go in, Australia university, very top universities basically, so you can go, if you want to go for top university, you can go for G8 university, just type on Google G8, that they call group 8 universities, so they are the top 8 university in Australia. So any of these university, you could just apply, and any of them they are offering, just go, you don't have that much choice.
So which will be better for PharmD students, whether to opt for PhD or let them go for any other PG courses after PharmD to enter into Australia? For example, if he's having some money and you want to study, whether it will be better to do other PG course or it will be better to enter into PhD directly?
If you have some money, so then you can come for PhD. You can pay your own fee. Fee will be like 1.5 crore. But honestly, if you want to really study and you want to upgrade yourself, you don't want to be work as a pharmacist. Pharmacist is like minimum requirement. So if you want to work, like for example, I'm working as a scientist here. So in Australia, basically, if you are think that money doesn't matter here. If you are a pharmacist or you are a scientist, even you are a lecturer, the salary will be around the same in your hand, because the system government make this like that. You have to pay high. If you are earning high, then you have to pay up to 40% taxes in Australia. So most of the time that's not the choice, the money. But if you can say, if you have money, so you can go for Master of Pharmacy. So easy for you if you do not want to write exam. Otherwise, or if you want to further, like you want to be a scientist, you want to go in research, then you can go for MPhil course, and then MPhil later on, then you can join PhD. Those kind of things. Any opportunity for PharmD in Oman, sir? Please little bit tell me what is the procedure to go Oman as clinical pharmacist. Okay, this Gulf countries, basically, as I told you, you have to your degree, your bachelor degree, or be from a PharmD, and you have at least a 2-year experience, and you have to write that prometric exam, and then you can go for Oman. Oman also, we are providing, I think we update new, yes, this course we are providing for coaching for MOH also, for Dubai, Oman also. UAE, Qatar, Kuwait, Oman also, we are providing coaching, so you can go here, So basically, you guys are basically a little bit confused, Personally, pharmacists do not have that much choice. So wherever you just make a decision or opposite, don't think too much, sir, I have to go for Canada, I have to go for US, I have to go Oman, Dubai, So pharmacists really day by day is getting, saturation here in Australia as well. After 4 or 5 years, there will be no jobs for pharmacists in Australia, So try to migrate as soon as possible, like Australia or Canada. Even if you are going to the Middle East countries, this country just for like a bus stop. You have to go there and live like for some time. Then you have to migrate to Australia and Canada, because this country cannot give you a PR or citizenship. So for that, you don't focus. But if you want, you can go. I'm not saying Oman is a bad country, but don't target the Middle East countries. You target the countries like Canada or Australia. But if you want to go in this country, you can be like work like 2-3 years in Oman, then again you have to shift to Australia and Canada. And another very important thing I want to mention here, to work as a clinical pharmacist worldwide, you need to have some certification. Degree cannot give you a certified you are a clinical pharmacist. You have to, so if you are a PharmD student and you are working as a clinical pharmacist, once you complete your PharmD, you have to work 2 years in any clinical pharmacist, any hospital. Then you have to write a BCPS, Then you can become a specialized pharmacist. The salary will be double, even in the Oman, UAE, Saudi Arabia, they are all hiring for BCPS pharmacists. Right now in worldwide, I'm seeing the scenario. What is the country name? Egypt. The Egyptian pharmacists are really they are very tough fight for Indian pharmacists. Most 99% of the pharmacists, they complete their PharmD, then they complete their residency as a BCPS, then they migrate to either to the Middle East or sometimes they come to Australia, Canada, US. So they are really nowadays a lot of competition. So you guys have to think about this, not just a degree. So try to skill up your own skills, or try to get some certifications, some exams to pass on all those things. So once you pass BCPS, very easily you can get like a double salary in this Middle East countries.
Sir, I have completed D Pharmacy from India and I want to do B Pharm from Australia. And what is the procedure? Can I do any work along with the education in Australia and any other pharmaceutical company or hospital?
Actually, a diploma is not recognized in Australia, sorry. So if you want to study here, they will see your marks, or you will get admission basically based on your 12th marks. So based on your 12th, you will get admission. Then you have to study 4-year Bachelor of Pharmacy, or if you can go like a Bachelor of Pharmacy in India, 3 years, you can be like second year lateral entry, you can go in India. Then once you complete B Pharm, then you can again write exam, then you can come Australia and become a pharmacist. Australia, basically, if you are coming for B Pharm, is very, very costly here. So it's about the fee is about 1 crore, more than 1 crore the fee for B Pharm in Australia, 4 years. And yes, and all the students in Australia, whether they are in year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, all they work as a part-time a hospital assistant, or like assistant pharmacist in hospital, or in community pharmacies. All of them, they work year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4. So you also can work in any pharmacy.
So after completing B Pharmacy and B Pharmacy, this person is having 6 years plus experience in retail pharmacy, and he's asking whether he can apply under skilled worker visa category or not.
There is one question I can see here. There's a Mukesh Pal is asking, sir, I have completed B Pharma, then I want to MS in Australia. How to get a scholarship? In Australia, basically, there is no scholarship, for a master degree. Australia, they want to earn some money, so they don't want to. But research-based programs, only they give the scholarship, So most of the chances to get the scholarship, you have to go for a like MS course, MPhil, Master of Philosophy. They give a scholarship there. So a lot of things, basically, I feel that Indian students do not know how to approach to a professor, how to apply those kind of things. If you see here in Australia, in my own university, there was a lot of students from different countries. So there is a more student from Bangladesh as compared to India. India have more than 3,000 pharmacy colleges, and most of them is like lack of knowledge, don't know how to apply, and might be, So Bangladeshis are getting a lot of scholarships nowadays. So you need to learn basically, to how to apply, and this is for that we created one course here. There's a 3 lectures, myself, one of my friend in Canada, one in UK. So we teach in this exam about how you can apply for MS and you can get a scholarship. A lot of things you need to change in your CV, on your cover letter. You have to draft. You have to draft letter to contact to a professor. You also need to make a research proposal. So a lot of documents you need to create to get a scholarship for PhD or MPhil in Australia. So so it's not that much easy to get. Everyone cannot get a scholarship. Satya Patnam is asking that, sir, after passing the exam, what is the visa you need to apply? I already told you 190 and 491 visa, 407 visa, 189 visa. There is so many visas there. So once you complete, at that time you see which visa is available, because there are 7 states in Australia. Sometimes one state is closed, so the other state is opening. Sometimes they are giving 190 and the other state is giving like 491. So really it depends on, at that time you finish your exam, you are looking to apply the visa. That time you have to see which visa you can get. Yeah, now after completing D Pharmacy and B Pharmacy, I have 6 years of experience in retail pharmacy. Can I have full visa? Yes, you can apply, but you have to pass this exam, this CAPS exam. That once you pass this CAPS exam, then you can apply skilled working visa. Then there's one question is that, sir, what will be the minimum admission university fee for master in pharmacy? As I told you, is about 50 lakh Indian rupees, I can say. Mostly like might be some used like 2-3 lakh, a little bit, lower, somewhat higher, is about 50 lakh rupees, the course. Is there any other questions? Yeah, after completion of CAPS exam, duration of period of internship, collaboration with any college, the choice of the internship program. I think you guys are not understand the process of Australia. So Australia, first you have to go for skill assessment, then you have to write CAPS exam, then you have to go for internship. So internship not like India. In India, mostly you are doing farm day and the college have even hospital, and that particular hospital you have to go internship. This is not like this. Internship means this is a job. You have to find a job. This is basically internship like a job, full-time job. So you have to find any community pharmacy or any hospital, and it is a paid basically, So college, there is no relation with any college or something. There is no collaboration any college or something, Even if you are coming to Australia for Master of Pharmacy, study to Master of Pharmacy, after you complete, again, you have to find your own internship. This is your responsibility. This is not the college or university will provide you the internship. There is no choice. Whether you are finding in hospital pharmacy, then you can go, or if you are finding in community pharmacy, then you can. It's up to you where you can find.
Hello.
Yes, hello. Is there any other questions?
Sir, I have heard that. I'm not sure about that, but I have heard that the pharmacy students can do MD course, something like that in Australia, in a foreign like that, Canada or Australia.
Yes,
and they can practice here, something like that. Is it true, sir?
Yes, it is true. Actually, I know one guy. He is from Pakistan, so he did farm day, from Pakistan.
Hello.
Can you hear me, guys? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Yes. I mean, once you complete your farm day, so there is a provision you can. It is not just for farm day. It is basically if you are B Farm or farm day, then you can get admission in MD in Australia. Not only in Australia, in many countries. So very simple process in Australia to become a doctor in Australia. Once you complete your 12th, and you have to go for 6-year integrated course. It's called MBBS. Some university call, MD. So after 12th, it is a 6 year. But if you complete your bachelor degree in pharmacy or nursing, physiotherapy, any health science degree, if you complete it, now you want to go for MD. So some universities are offering 4-year MD. This is a fast track, So you can, as a PharmD student, can go directly for this program. This is a 4-year MD program. But MD, this is not like Indian MD. Indian MD means it's like specialization in internal medicine. But in Australia, it is a bachelor degree. MD or MBBS, both are equally. And both of them has to go for a residency program for 3 more years if they want to become a master degree or in that. So here it is not like India. In master degree, mostly the hospital based, they will be just residency. They have to do some research and they complete and they will be a specialist. Then most of them they have to go for PhD. So or most of the doctors in Australia also they do PhD basically. Otherwise, they cannot be a consultant. Consultant must be a PhD. He must have some affiliation. They have to do some research, those kind of things. So in Australia, yes, you can do MD after PharmD or BPharm. It is a 4-year program. I have made few videos on my YouTube channel, so you can go, Dr. Akram Mohammed. So you can watch them. If you have any questions, you also can comment there. Okay, Dheeraj asked how much paid to intern who clear CAPS exam. So in Australia, basically the payment I can say for In Australia, basically everything is regularized by the government, so no one can pay below that. So it's about $27 per hour for internship. But once you become a pharmacist, then salary is about $35 per hour. Fees for you can have a look on the website they are given here, but mostly it is 3,000 because all the lectures are Australia, so they have to invest a lot of time to clear this exam. But right now we are offering in 1,600. Any other question? I think Dheeraj is asking some other questions. Okay, I think that's all. I think. So if you have guys any questions, you can ask me. Then otherwise we can close this.
Some forms of industry scenario in Australia. Right?
Can you please repeat? I think there was some broken.
Yeah. Hello.
Can you please repeat again?
Yeah, may I know about the pharmaceutical industry scenario other than a pharmacist?
Yes.
So
Okay.
whether...
Okay. This is a very good question. Basically, no one asked this question. So if you want to become a pharmacist in Australia, then you have to write an exam. But if you want to work in pharmaceutical industry, then there is no need to write any exam. So the simple requirement, if you have bachelor degree in pharmacy, whether you are a PharmD or you are B.Pharm, or you have a 3-year experience, working experience in any of the pharmaceutical industry, then you can directly migrate. A lot of companies here, they are working, so that there is no need to write any exam. Yes, English requirement there for the visa purpose only. As I told you, assistant pharmacy technician, without writing exam, yes, you can migrate. Pharmacy technician right now is open. You can apply for pharmacy technician. Assistant pharmacist also you can work without writing exam. But the main problem is visa. Who's giving you the visa? The sponsorship is really very tough to get this visa. But pharmacy technician right now in the list of the skilled visa. So pharmacy technician can apply if you have at least 2 to 3 year experience working as a pharmacy technician in any of the community pharmacy, any of the medical store basically, or any of the hospital. Then you can apply for the pharmacy technician in Australia. What is the minimum point? So minimum point to get PR in Australia is 65 points. So if you have 65 points, you can apply for PR visa in Australia. Yes, any other questions, sir? Hello?
Yeah, I think no questions from them, sir. And
yeah.
I'm happy to say that the Dr. Akram sir is running a YouTube channel also. So you can just subscribe to his channel for better information and contact him for any information in future. And also the first to guys. Thanks.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon, everyone and all present here. Sir, Akram sir, are you there, sir? Huh? Okay, so good afternoon, everyone present, and our honorable chief guest today, Dr. Akram sir. So, and our respected principal and convener of this webinar, Dr. V. Sridhar Garu, and the co-convener of this webinar, Dr. P. Ramakrishna Reddy Garu, and all the participants. It is such an honor for me to get the opportunity to talk thank you all dignitaries on behalf of the Balaji College of Pharmacy. And I'd like to express my gratitude to all esteemed delegates of the webinar for their presence and contribution to make this webinar a great success. I extend my gratitude to our Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Akram Ahmad Garu, to take out this time from his busy schedule to grace this event and delivered some exceptional speech regarding the opportunities for the pharma people across the globe. And thank you, sir, for your inspiring, encouraging speech. You made this special day. And special thanks to our principal, sir, Dr. B. Sridhar Garu, for providing immense support to make this webinar successful. And I extend my gratitude to P. Ramakrishna Reddy Garu, so professor and head of the department, to successfully organize this webinar, so which is very helpful to the present budding pharmacists. So thank you, sir, for your support for this webinar. So lastly, I must thank all the participants for supporting